Hello, Duck and I would like to reread you the story of Wanted the Perfect Pet. Wanted the Perfect Pet by Fiona Roberton. Chapter 1. The Boy. Once upon a time there lived an imaginative little boy called Henry. Hello. What Henry desperately wanted more than anything else in the whole wide world, more than crispy chips, a cowboy costume, a trip to the moon, or even world peace itself, was a dog. When he asked his mum, she replied, "But Henry, you already have 27 different varieties of frog. Surely they are enough?" "No, because they are all boring," said Henry sternly. "All they do is hop and ribbit. I want a pet with personality. I want a dog that has floppy, spotty ears, a long, waggy tail, a soft, wet nose, and a warm, pink tongue. I'd really like a dog that can catch balls I throw, that can learn fantastic new tricks, and that I can chase around trees. After all, it is common knowledge that a dog is the perfect pet for a boy," said Henry confidently. So he decided to create an advert for one in the newspaper. Wanted the perfect pet, also known as a dog. After that, he waited and waited and he waited for the perfect dog to reply. Chapter 2. The Duck. Once upon a time, there lived a small white duck who didn't have a name. Far, far away at the top of a cold, windy hill, he lived all alone. Nobody ever wrote. Nobody ever visited, called, or even emailed. Sadly, he ate tea, went to the movies, and played ping pong all alone. Every single day he watched the sun rise, float about somewhere in the middle of the bright blue sky, and set each night all by himself. It wasn't much fun. Suddenly, when he opened his newspaper one day, he saw a wanted advert for a dog. Wanted the perfect pet, also known as a dog. I am not a dog, but if I was a dog, I could finally have a friend at last. A friend to have tea with, go to the movies with, and play ping pong with, he thought wishfully to himself. Next, he took a pair of old socks, an empty egg box, and some string to create the perfect disguise. Perfect. Then he packed a few things into his little brown suitcase before setting off on the long journey to meet the boy. Chapter 3. The Discovery. Finally, he arrived at the boy's house, so he reached up to ring the bell. Ding dong! "A dog!" yelled Henry as he quickly opened the front door. "Woof!" said the duck in his best dog voice. Henry had never been so excited, and the duck had never been happier. However, Henry's new dog wasn't very good at catching balls or learning new tricks. Unfortunately, when he chased Henry around trees in the park, he waddled, slid, and then tripped over. His soft, wet nose, his floppy, spotty ears, and long, waggy tail all fell off. Henry was stunned as the duck slowly stood up and looked at him with sad eyes. A single fat tear rolled down his beak and plopped onto the ground in front of him. "I'm sorry I'm not a dog," admitted the duck. "I'm just a duck." don't have floppy spotty ears, a long waggy tail, a soft wet nose, or even a warm pink tongue, he said sadly. No, you don't, said Henry disappointedly. Quietly, Henry thought for a moment before carefully picking up the duck and carrying him home. Back at home, he gave the duck a nice warm bath and a steamy hot cup of tea. Afterwards, he took down his enormous book of incredibly interesting things and looked under the letter D. Then he made a list of all the useful skills that ducks have. 1. Ducks can dive underwater, so would be fun in the bath or at the beach. 2. They can fly, which would be great for getting frisbees and kites out of trees. 3. Ducks can build nests, so we could build magnificent tree houses together. 4. Any spare feathers could be used to tickle my annoying little sister with. 5. This duck is very good at disguises and can talk, which makes him extremely rare and very clever. As soon as he had finished, Henry showed the completed list to the duck. You might not be a dog, but you are certainly not just a duck. In fact, you might be the perfect pet for me. I think I'll call you Spot, smiled Henry happily. Quack, said Spot. I hope you enjoyed the story, and you can practice it as much as you like, ready for your writing later in the week.